Hello and welcome to the FF Global Investor Business Update from Faraday Future headquarters in Southern California. Statements or comments made on this conference call may be forward-looking statements. Forward-looking statements may include, but are not necessarily limited to, financial projections or other statements on the company's plans, objectives, expectations, or intentions. These matters involve certain risks and uncertainties. The company's actual results may differ significantly from those projected or suggested, and any forward-looking statements due to a variety of factors which are discussed in detail in our SEC filings. I am thrilled to introduce our new Global Chief Executive Officer, XF Chen, as well as Yoon Han, our new Chief Accounting Officer and Interim Chief Financial Officer. Yoon joins us from Romeo Power, where she was their Senior Vice President and CAO. Additionally, we are joined by Matthias Eid, our Global SVP of Product Execution. He has aided in the delivery of many well-known cars in his career, including Porsche, Mercedes, Ferrari, and Bentley. He will share with you some of the exciting product performance metrics of the ultimate Intelligent TechLuxury FF91 Futurist. Let me first turn to XF, an automotive veteran with extensive international and operational experience within the luxury automotive brands. Having spent more than 20 years in the automotive industry, XF worked in executive roles at both Ford and Mazda before he was named the Executive Vice President of Chery Jaguar Land Rover. There, he completed Jaguar Land Rover's localized product in China. Taking on the company from ground zero, XF was responsible for program planning, program implementation, manufacturing, and product delivery within 2 years, ramping up the total sales volume of Jaguar Land Rover in China to several 100,000 units, turning them into one of the most competitive luxury car brands in the entire China market. We are excited to welcome XF and his extensive experience when he joined Faraday Future as FF China's CEO 2 years ago, and now we are looking forward to the application of his experience and expertise as our global CEO. So let's tune in and learn more about what's happening at Faraday Future.
Thank you, Sam, and thank you to the Board of Directors, the shareholders, the management team, and our founder, YT, for the opportunities to lead FF. In my over 20 years in this industry, I have seen many challenging situations in multiple companies. I really feel there is something very special here at FF, with a very brilliant future in front of us. Throughout my career, I have always followed the philosophy, always challenge, never compromise. In the same spirit, I'm spending my time as a global CEO to ensure we are positioned to deliver on our next milestones and fulfill our plan disclosed to shareholders. After my detailed review of FF product readiness, supply chain, manufacturing, and financial status over the past 18 days, I want to share 2 key announcements for FF. The first, we have a plan with an opportunity to start production of sellable FF91 Futurist at the end of March 2023, coming off the line in early April with deliveries before the end of April, based on $150 to $170 million of funding coming in timely fashion. The second, we are working with our investors and suppliers to achieve this target. We have already entered non-binding letters of intent of a significant portion of this required amount. While we may not enter into any additional binding financing agreement, we believe this amount is achievable and realistic. Matthias and Yoon will go over details of product readiness and financing. We have just announced the manufacturing milestones 6, which completed all the milestones before SOP. Let me start a video of the progress we are making in this plant. Today, I'm here to check out the tremendous progress of our manufacturing facility here in Hanford, California. We just accomplished our 6th milestone. I'm extremely excited to witness the progress we have made in the past months and share it with our users, investors, shareholders, and all the global futurists.
As FF founder, I believe we must reflect on the past, look into the future, and make the FF91 Futurist delivery our top priority.
FF91 Futurist manufacturing strategy calls for a mix of tech luxury craftsmanship, cutting-edge automated technology, and the ability to personalize the vehicle to meet style and functionality requirements of each user. This is one of the many FF differentiators compared to traditional OEM mass production. Finally, the R&D team also continues to make progress with final testing and validation of FF91 Futurist. But another important takeaway from my first 18 days is that we have a great team in place throughout the company. I applaud the efforts of the entire team at FF for driving the vehicle program and manufacturing facility to this point. More than anything, I want to thank our suppliers. Our suppliers have been exceptional in supporting us through these challenging times. They are critical stakeholders in making the program successful. Most of this fundraise will be allocated towards suppliers, so we can begin delivering the FF91 Futurist to our loyal users who have stuck with us through good times and challenging times. The next few weeks are holidays in US followed by Chinese New Year, and we are continuing to work with our suppliers to make progress throughout the holiday season. I'm so proud and excited to see massive improvement in our product performance metrics. Let's invite Matthias to talk about the details of the product and the technology generation 2.0.
Thank you, XF, for sharing. It's clear that you've hit the ground running. Matthias is a board member as well as the SVP of Product Execution. Let's hear more about our ultimate intelligent tech luxury flagship vehicle from him.
We have been asked many times, as we started so early, if our product is still fresh or if it's not outdated. As a result, from the end of 2021, we defined a generational upgrade for our core elements of the product and technology through extensive teamwork. FF product and technology has now officially been upgraded to generation 2.0. The generation upgrade from Gen 1 to Gen 2 consists of significant upgrades of systems and core components from both the EV area, which is the vehicle, and the IAI area, which is our advanced core. IAI stands for Intelligence, Autonomous Driving, and Internet. The Gen 2 is achieved through upgrades of 26 systems and components. 13 of these key upgrades through powertrain, battery, charging, chassis, interior from the EV area. And another 13 key upgrades from computing, sensing, user interaction, communication, to the newest technology from IAI. We achieved significant performance improvements, and disruption has been achieved for our newborn FF91 Futurist. Indeed, the generational upgrade was a challenging task, not only due to timing and in-house capacities and capabilities, but also from a supply chain. However, FF was born for disruption, with the spirit of never give up, and with product vision being extreme technology, ultimate user experience, and complete ecosystem. The whole team has been committed to constantly contribute and invest in product and technology, aiming to provide the best intelligent, connected luxury electric vehicle and ecosystem beyond. A series of recent vehicle tests and validation and official EPA testing allows us to share proudly some of the recent updates on FF91 Futurist production vehicle performance. As you can tell from the recent images, we have upgraded our LiDAR system. Other vehicles in the path of the FF91 can be detected up to 1,600 feet away, which equals to more than 5 football fields. And even pedestrians and small road debris can be detected over 650 feet away. Comparing with all electric crossover vehicles and SUVs under EPA, which is the world's strictest energy consumption standard, we have achieved an amazing 381 miles, the longest EPA range for crossover and SUVs globally. This is almost 50 to 70 miles more than the best industrial competitor in a similar price category. The vehicle's 0 to 60 miles per hour performance has overachieved the original challenging target, and with upgraded generation of both battery systems and powertrain system, with 1,050 horsepower, the FF91 Futurist has achieved an incredible 2.27 seconds, which beats almost every competitor in the ultra-luxury segment. Kudos to the team for the great achievement. To give you a view behind the curtain of ongoing tests and validation work, this week we started our final tuning for chassis controls. The tests are taking place just as I speak in a warm and hot environment, and the results will be input to the cold weather tests during the coming weeks. Our safety and regulation tests are progressing as planned and confirm our predictions based on prior testing and virtual validation. Some impressions you can see from the recent misuse testing for the calibration of airbag algorithms. After all the abnormal misuse we show in the video, this car is still able to drive, which is unbelievable. Durability testing is well underway, and the vehicle status is monitored continuously. Also, the testing at our suppliers is progressing to ensure a delivery of a safe product, performing to the pleasure of the users with high quality. As demonstrated, we are happy with the first wave of good news on the performance. We are constantly challenging ourselves to reach the extreme technology and unbeatable product performance, and we are looking forward to sharing more exciting news on other core aspects of safety, vehicle dynamics, and the unique third internet living space through IAI. We are extremely energized by the future opportunities we have to further enhance the FF91 experience. Stay tuned.
Thank you, Matthias. We are looking forward to hearing more. Now that we've learned about the new and improved Gen 2.0 of the FF91 Futurist and our plans to manufacture and produce this vehicle in Hanford, let's hear more about the plans to fund the production of the FF91 Futurist. We are joined by Yoon Han, our Chief Accounting Officer and Interim CFO. Prior to joining Faraday Future, Yoon served as SVP and Chief Accounting Officer of Romeo Power. Yoon successfully brought Romeo's SEC filings current and led the implementation of the company's internal controls and remediated multiple material weaknesses of internal controls over financial reporting within 7 months of joining Romeo. While at Romeo, Yoon also focused on optimizing cash flow and various cost-cutting initiatives. Prior to joining Romeo, Yoon held other senior accounting and finance positions at various companies. She started her career and spent over 13 years at PricewaterhouseCoopers technical accounting and audit practice. Let's hear more about the status of FF's finances from Yoon.
Thanks, Sam. First, I want to say that I'm very excited to be here at Faraday Future. The team here is incredibly accomplished, creative, and hardworking. The FF91 Futurist is industry-changing, and I believe we're on the brink of introducing something revolutionary to the world. One of the reasons I want to join Faraday is because I believe that with my background, I can help our team deliver the FF91 Futurist to the world. My top priorities at the moment are, first, we need to be thoughtful in how we deploy our investors' money. Since I joined the company, we've implemented a number of cash conservation measures that have significantly reduced our spending to core items that are essential to delivering the FF91 Futurist, which has contributed to our ability to retain our relationships with key suppliers. Second, I worked with the team to develop business and system processes, and we are implementing internal controls that lay the foundation to remediate at least a portion of all of the identified material weaknesses of internal controls over financial reporting by the end of 2023, as well as stay current on our SEC filings to allow us to continue access capital market. Additionally, since August of this year, we have secured $132 million in committed capital to be funded over time, subject to certain conditions, with a portion of commitments tied to milestones. We've been very diligent in achieving these milestones, and as a result, over $70 million in gross funds from the first tranche of commitments have hit our accounts. Certain investors have the right to commit up to $112 million of additional funds as part of the second tranche. But we need to increase the number of our authorized shares to able to complete additional financing and expect to schedule a special meeting of stakeholders in January to approve such increase. Also, to give ourselves some added flexibility, we entered into an equity line of credit agreement that will allow us to draw funds in exchange for share issuance in the amount of $200 million, which can be increased up to $350 million. We'll be very strategic about the use of this facility, which is solely at our discretion and requires an increase to the number of authorized shares to satisfy certain anti-dilution protections from certain existing investors, which may be triggered, and therefore will do so when we believe it is the best interest of our shareholders. Again, we need to increase the number of our authorized shares to be able to draw down this facility, and expect to schedule a special meeting of stakeholders in January to approve such increase. Last, as XF mentioned earlier, we're in deep discussion with several other potential investors. If, among other conditions, these investors decide to move forward, an increase in authorized shares is approved in a timely fashion, funds from our potential investors, combined with the funds from existing investors and cash on hand, should provide $150 and $170 million of capital needed to produce the FF91 Futures. As of November 30th, 2022, our cash position was $22.5 million, including restricted cash of $2.1 million. These are exciting times at Faraday. I look forward to provide another update soon. Stay tuned.
Wow, well said, Yoon. We are so grateful to have you on the team. XF, any final thoughts?
Thank you, Yun. Thank you, Sam and Matthias. We are very excited about the future. But it is important to be transparent and acknowledge that it has been a challenge to accomplish all of these milestones while navigating both internal and external hurdles. The management team is committed to executing on the next milestones. We will utilize our capital in disciplined manner that is focused on bringing the best product into market. We believe the best is yet to come. Finally, I want to close by adding that we have made continued progress towards the realization of our US-China dual-home market strategy. We hope to be providing an update on our China business development in the near future. As both Yun and Matthias have said, stay tuned.